A young virgin couple are finally wed. Each one is nervous about the impending night, but neither are willing to admit or ask each other about it. Wondering what to do first, the young man calls his father. "Pop, what do I do first?" "Get naked and climb into bed," his father replies. So the young man does as he is advised. The girl is mortified and calls her mama. "Get naked and join him," is the advice from mama, so she complies. After laying there for a few moments, the young man excuses himself and calls his dad again. "Now what do I do?" he asks. His father replies, "Look at her naked body. Then, take the hardest part of your body and put it where she pees," is the dad's advice. A few moments later, the girl again calls her mama. "What do I do now?" she asks. "Well, what is he doing?" Mama asks. "He's in the bathroom dunking his head in the toilet." Son: "Daddy, I fell in love and want to date this awesome girl." Father: "That's great, son. Who is she?" Son: "It's Sandra, the neighbor's daughter." Father: "Oh, I wish you hadn't said that. I have to tell you something, son, but you must promise not to tell your mother. Sandra is actually your sister." The boy is naturally bummed out, but a couple of months later, son: "Daddy, I fell in love again and she is even hotter." Father: "That's great, son. Who is she?" Son: "It's Angela, the other neighbor's daughter." Father: "Oh, I wish you hadn't said that. Angela is also your sister." This went on a few more times, and finally the son was so mad, he went straight to his mother crying. Son: "Mom, I am so mad at Dad. I fell in love with 6 girls and I can't date any of them because Dad is their father." The mother hugs him affectionately and says, "You can date whoever you want. He isn't your father." A rookie police officer pulls an old biker over for speeding. Officer: "May I see your driver's license?" Biker: "I don't have one. I had it suspended when I got my 5th DUI. Officer: "May I see the owner's card for this vehicle?" Biker: "It's not my bike, I stole it." Officer: "The motorcycle is stolen?" Biker: "That's right, but come to think of it, I think I saw the owner's card in the tool bag when I was putting my gun in there." Officer: "There's a gun in the tool bag?" Biker: "Yes, sir. That's where I put it after I shot and killed the dude who owns this bike and stuffed his dope in the saddlebags." Officer: "There's drugs in the saddlebags too?" Biker: "Yes, sir." Hearing this, the rookie immediately called his captain. The biker was quickly surrounded by police, and the captain approached the biker to handle the tense situation. Captain: "Sir, can I see your license?" Biker: "Sure. Here it is." It was valid. Captain: "Whose motorcycle is this?" Biker: "It's mine, officer. Here's the registration." Captain: "Could you slowly open your tool bag so I can see if there's a gun in it?" Biker: "Yes, sir, but there's no gun in it." Sure enough, there was nothing in the tool bag. Captain: "Would you mind opening your saddlebags? I was told you said there's drugs in them." Biker: "No problem. The saddlebags were opened, no drugs." Captain: "I don't understand it. The officer who stopped you said you told him you didn't have a license, stole this motorcycle, had a gun in the tool bag, and that there were drugs in the saddlebags." Biker: "Yeah, I'll bet he told you I was speeding too." A man is driving a van full of penguins and is pulled over by a cop. "Sir," says the policeman, "are you aware that there are penguins in your van?" "Yep," says the man. "They're my penguins. They belong to me." The policeman looks at the man in disbelief and then back at the penguins who neutered him. "Sir, I'm afraid this is unacceptable. I need you to take them to a zoo immediately." The man replies, "I'll take them right away," and drives off. The next day, the police officer sees the same exact van driving by, and to his astonishment, it is still full of penguins. He pulls the man over again and notices that he and the penguins are all wearing sunglasses, sunscreen, and Hawaiian shirts. The officer gapes at him and says, "Sir, I thought I told you to take these penguins to the zoo." "Yes, I did," the man replies, "and today I'm taking them to the beach." Three thieves were fleeing the cops. They went inside a potato warehouse, and each saw a sack and hid inside. The cops walked in and saw the first sack and kicked it. The robber went meow, so the cops said, "Oh, it's only a cat." They went to the second sack and kicked it, and second robber went arf, so cops said, "Oh, this one is just a dog." They saw the third sack and kicked it. Nothing. They kicked it again, harder. Again, silence. The cop cocked his gun and prepares to shoot the third sack, in which the third robber said, "I'm supposed to be a potato, goddammit. Potatoes don't make a sound." An Englishman and an Irishman go to a bakery. The Englishman steals 3 buns and puts them into his pockets and leaves. He says to the Irishman, "That took great skill and guile to steal those buns." "The owner didn't even see me." "That's just simple thievery," the Irishman replied. "I'll show you how to do it the honest way and get the same results." The Irishman then proceeded to call out the owner of the bakery and says, "Sir, I want to show you a magic trick." The owner was intrigued, so he came over to see the magic trick. The Irishman asked him for a bun, and then he proceeded to eat it. He asked 2 more times, and after eating them again, the owner says, "Okay, my friend, where's the magic trick?" The Irishman then said, "Look in the Englishman's pockets." The 6th grade science teacher, Mrs. Parks, asked her class, "Which human body part increases to 10 times its size when stimulated?" No one answered until little Mary stood up and said, "You should not be asking 6th graders a question like that. I'm going to tell my parents, and they will go and tell the principal, who will then fire you." 10 times its size when stimulated? Little Mary's mouth fell open. Then she said to those around her, "Boy, is she going to get in big trouble?" The teacher continued to ignore her and said to the class, "Anybody?" Finally, Billy stood up, looked around nervously, and said, "The body part that increases 10 times its size when stimulated is the pupil of the eye." Mrs. Parks said, "Very good, Billy," then turned to Mary and continued, "As for you, young lady, I have 3 things to say. 1, you have a dirty mind. 2, you didn't read your homework. And 3, one day you are going to be very, very disappointed." A guy asked a girl in a university library, "Do you mind if I sit beside you?" The girl replied with a loud voice, "No, I don't want to spend the night with you." All the students in the library started looking at the guy. He was pretty embarrassed. After a while, the girl walked quietly over to the guy's table and said, "I study psychology. I know what a man is thinking. I guess you felt embarrassed, right?" The guy then responded with a loud voice, $1,000 for one night? That's too much." All the people in the library looked at the girl in shock. The guy whispered, "I guess you felt bad for what you did earlier, right?" "I study law. I know how to make someone feel guilty." A man walks into a bar and orders a drink. The bartender gives the man his drink, and the man asks, "If I show you something crazy, would let me have free drinks for the rest of the night?" The bartender thinks for a minute and then says, "It would to be something spectacular to take that offer." The man leans down and picks up a box and sets it on the bar. He opens the box, and inside is a small piano man, whom is only 1 foot tall, and beside him a little piano. The piano man starts playing classical music, like Beethoven and Chopin. Once he finishes, the bartender is in utter disbelief. He tells the man, "You can have free drinks for the rest of the night, but only if you tell where you got this." The man says, "In the alley way behind your bar, there is a genie who is granting free wishes to everyone who wants them." Elated, the bartender heads behind his bar to see if it was true. A few minutes passed, and out of the alleyway erupts a cacophony of quacking. The bartender rushes back into the bar and shuts his door against a wave of thousands of ducks. He manages to secure the door and says to the man, I think that the genie is hard of hearing, because after I asked for $1,000,000, these ducks appeared by the thousands. The man chuckles and says, "Did you really think I wished for a 12-inch pianist?" A man and his wife and his mother-in-law went on vacation to the Holy Land. While they were there, the mother-in-law passed away. The undertaker told them, "You can have her shipped home for $5,000, or you can bury her here in the Holy Land for $150. The man thought about it, told him he'd just have her shipped home. The undertaker asked, "Why would you spend $5,000 to ship your mother-in-law home when it would be wonderful to have her buried here and spend only $150? The man replied, "A man died here 2,000 years ago. He was buried here. 3 days later, he rose from the dead. I just can't take that chance."